Get ready for some fisticuffs! Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Namor the Submariner, a flying merfolk who makes more merfolk whenever you cast non-creature spells that have blue in their cost. And depending on how many blue pips there are, you'll get more merfolk, making Namor even stronger. In this deck we're running things that have a lot of blue pips, whether they're counter spells, maybe some enchantments, even equipment, and the odd merfolk that happens to not be a creature. This deck is still a merfolk deck, though it's not running that many. Since you make a ton of merfolk creatures with Namor, you can give those evasion and a huge buff off of some very low-cost creatures, even turning them into counterspells with things like Vidonian Hexcatcher, or making them completely unblockable with the wombo combo of Lord of Atlantis or Master of Pearl Trident, and the Harbinger of the Seas, turning your opponent's non-basic lands into islands. This deck is doing, yes, some mono blue tempo things, playing those classic counter spells and big bounce spells, but it's also going fishing and bouncing your opponent's spells that happen to not be fish, so you can swing in even more, drawing more cards and getting more card advantage. Namor is super strong since he has the combination of evasion and making blockers when you cast those spells. So let's take him into the queue and see what we managed to dredge up from Atlantis. Mikey and Leo, chaos and order, putting +1/+1 counters on things so they can get scaled up and draw some cards. This hand is really slow. I'm gonna throw it back, and I like this, being able to remove the abilities of some of their either early ramp, one of their things here, Mother of Runes, because otherwise I can't touch anything ever at any point in time. So yeah, Mother of Runes, we're gonna go ahead and take away your abilities. They're gone. And here comes Mikey and Leo. Swinging for 1. Just passing back over to them. I'm probably gonna have to use a memory lapse if there's something that puts +1/+1 counters. There's a lot of 3-drops that repeatedly put counters on things. Oh, I thought they were gonna like ninjutsu or something. Yeah, Selesnya ninjutsu with mom. Diadrine would be entering with a counter. I'll put it back on top of their deck. And I'm not planning on like stopping this forever. So instead I'll just start setting up some nice, easy blockers. Diadrine doesn't grow over time. It actually shrinks over time, allowing you to take counters off of it and another creature to draw cards. And make robots. Yeah, Flare of Denials for like some of the cheap early creatures. Think like Hydroponics Architect. I can sacrifice them later. It's a maybe card in this deck. I don't think it's super necessary. You know what is pretty necessary? Tome of Gadwick. This is a banger card in this deck, because it gives you 1 blue mana cards, a little protection, a little extra damage. It lets you get obsessive. It lets you ponder and all these other things. Ooh, a Hexcatcher. That lets me also turn my merfolk into counter spells. Also makes them bigger, so surprise. I might end up full costing Flare of Denial here. Yep, easy. 2 more fish. You want to swing in? I mean, Diadrine can probably swing in, but I'm dealing more damage using 1 fishman. Raphaelos Llanowar Emissary. I'm going first, but I won't be able to counter him, stop his abilities. I've just got Subtlety as like a temporary stopgap, which I don't think is going to be great here. But then again, I might be able to draw to what I need. Also, I see they have one of my favorite dudes right there on their sleeve. How dare they? You know what, I'll brainstorm into a counterspell. Easy. What's up, Soundwave? I love that dude. He's my second favorite Transformers character. Number 1 is Nautica. Look, counterspells won't work anyway, because that's an Allosaurus Shepherd. I guess we will take some of our counterspells and shove them into the deck, because I won't be able to use them here. Yeah, that and the land. We get the land back. But thankfully, we also have merfolk as a potential way to get through here. I can cryptic command once. Got my harmonized trio. It can make brainstorms. I just got confirmation for my Atlanta Magicon content creator badge. Yippee! Good. Swinging in with Harmonized Trio. This will get sacrificed. Reduces the number of merfolk I technically have. We get our Flooded Strand, and there's Namor! Now, unfortunately, they are going to just have all the mana in the world and then some because they're playing a Raphaelos and he's uncounterable. What I need to find now through our ponders, our cryptic commands, all of this, is ways to just remove his abilities. Make him unable to scream. Turn him into bones. Yeah, I'll be at MagicCon Atlanta. I'll be arriving in the middle of the day on Friday and leaving pretty early on Sunday, but I will be there. All right, so in their upkeep, I am going to tap all their stuff. Actually, I can just bounce. Bounce Raphaelos and draw is honestly enough for me here. Will I steal a meet and greet? They might give me an actual meet and greet. We'll see. Okay, so if I keep bouncing Raphaelos, assuming they don't get boots, it just won't be tapping for the mana, but they're at the point where, like, they've ramped. They will just be able to play big green spells. It's okay. I got little blue guys. Okay, Cyclonic Rift I am at least 2 turns away from. I want to thin my deck. And grab that Cyclonic Rift again. Or sorry, not Cyclonic Rift, Cryptic Command. Gee, I wonder what cards I would like. I'm actually kind of down with all 3 of these in this order because the third one would get shuffled. So decline, we draw. I'll just do this now. Bounce and draw. I could also be like looping Mystic if I had better stuff to do. Like if I could counter things, I would consider it. But instead, I got fish. So Namor and the 1/1s, not this one, are going to swing in. This will get me another copy of Brainstorm, which I want to cast in my upkeep to get rid of the Force Spike. I'll just do this now. I'll prepare. Now I have Brainstorm. Thorn Mammoth, who you fightin'? Namor! It's a trade. I still have a lot of 1/1s here. All right, so we're going to brainstorm that stuff away. Or would I rather just get, like, another fish? Hold up. I'm, like, double-checking to see if maybe if I have a lethal here. I mean, Brainstorm could find me a Merfolk Lord, and then I'd win. That'd be sweet. Otherwise, there's only 8 of these. They got 9 life. The Scientist Supreme of AIM lets you copy activated and triggered abilities. Oh, neat. So you could use that to, like, double a fetch land. That sounds pretty good. Thankfully, I have a Confounding Conundrum. And I feel like this is a more both expanded and more limited version of... Oh, it has to be from an artifact source, huh? I was like, it's go-go, but only artifacts. Yeah, so it can't be a land. I wonder what you can do with this. There are some, like, artifact creatures that say draw you cards. There are some good artifacts that just grant you abilities, and I'm just gonna have to wait and see. I love seeing people trying to do some hot new brews, while I try to draw a card. Do you think he would like it if I turned him into an artifact? Okay, simulacrum synthesizer. That is a great, terrifying thing that will need to be dealt with. I can sink into stupor it. Or I could just go to force of will. Whatever they play that would trigger it. Double Mindslaver? No! I don't want that. Bitter Triumph. I will protect Phelan because she is awesome. Yeah. Treasure Vault will always hold priority, asking to be sacrificed for 0. The fact that they have a grindstone means that they definitely have Painter's Servant combo. Okay. I'll hold up these counter spells over playing Namor here. Was Painter's Servant banned? Nope! They just kind of let stuff into Brawl, which is why Brawl is the thing that it is now. The Ooze! Yeah, I guess you can exile stuff from my graveyard. Like, that's bad for Treasure Cruise, but... there are worse things. This also stops artifact abilities. You want to make Krang hang out with Iron Man? But why not make the Scientist Supreme of AIM? Boing. You're gonna bounce him. Enjoy your mutagen. Hi, Library of Alexandria. Let's draw. Krang is a really fun commander. If you like mono blue artifacts, I think Krang is just... He feels so much fairer than something like Urza or Emery. These things that are purely, like, too ridiculous. Alright, a Mox Amber. Will it let me hold up Tidebinder while playing Namor? I'll take it. Also, he has Ward 1 thanks to Sphelun. And if they try to use a kill spell on Sphelun, I can also just flash out Tidebinder and then she'll become indestructible. Fish. Fish, fish, fish. Fish, 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 fish. Scientist Supreme of AOL Instant Messenger. Arcbound Ravager. Ooh. Sure, they're gonna make more mutagen. They can sacrifice the mutagen to Arcbound Ravager to make it nice and strong. Oh, a Stifle. I'll swing in with both. I'll stifle that. There, more fish. Ceylon becomes indestructible, and your land is unfetched. Well, maybe. We'll see what they have in hand. Fetchant? Force of negation! Hey, you really want that land, huh? Okay, that makes me really not want to let you have that land. Because I'm a monster. Admittedly, it's like... The thing we know they're doing is just mutagen with, Arcbound. I'm just gonna say no land. None. Not allowed. Yeah, you may as well make this big enough that it can freely block. One more. Now I can hold Jory Disruption. Make that Arcbound Ravager unable to scream. I'll just hold this. I don't know. Since they, got hit down a land by me, this could be pretty good. Springleaf Drum. Oh, okay. Sure. Do you want to mill me? Please mill me. Yay! They don't share a color. One was colorless, one was blue. And we should have lethal. If I Cryptic Command, I'm getting enough stuff. I can just swing in. Azusa, lost but seeking. Azusa is a lands commander that's able to just keep on playing more and more and more lands. This hand has nothing I can really do in it. I'll keep this. And, I'm probably not going to be able to stop her because she just goes. And because they usually have ramp, she goes real fast. Storm Chaser's talent, get me an Ada. I feel like I have Storm Chaser's talent a lot on the first turn. Library of Alexandria, get the extra draw. Extra. Heard all about it. But I have a confounding conundrum. So, yes, you can play many, many lands. They are going to go right back into your hand. Now, if you have landfall, that doesn't actually hurt you that much because you can still get value out of it. But if you want to play 5 lands in a turn, have fun. It's a good card. It's also a non-creature and has a blue pip, so it's good for Namor. That's why this is here, too. Also, it's hard to find, like, the right 1-drops. I had more merfolk in my original brew, but I was like, no, I think I want this and that. Oh, I thought they were going to go for Haywire Might. Sure. Merfolk? Hello. They can still use library to keep drawing more cards. Okay, so they play a land, so they could draw, but it's a tapped land because it's actually Balaged Sanctuary, which they could like put back in their hand and use as a spell. Aftermath Analyst. Well, they gotta have removal for this, right? Alright, well, I'll swing in, and if I need to, I'll bounce this and counter a thing. Like, if they have removal for this, that's my #1 priority right now is protecting Confounding Conundrum. Maybe they don't know. That's true. I'm currently playing in the midweek Magic queue, which is why some of the decks have been a little wonky. Because if I play in the other queue, I just kind of match into Katara, And I'll say the content quality is not great when it's oops all counter spells versus merfolk and non-creature spells. Kami of Bamboo Groves, get yourself some forests. Can you see them for the trees? And a Springheart Nantuko onto Allosaurus Shepherd. Ooh, okay, I'll counter that. So I will bounce the Shepherd, get myself a fish. Your green spells are now counterable. This only gets me one merfolk, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm swarming. You got to discard. You got too many cards in hand. You want to discard a land? I bet you do. Oh, Harmonized Trio. That's a fun one. Sure. I'm very powerful. And now we're sitting on a sink. I see a Titania in the graveyard. Not the Marvel one, the lands one. All right, Allosaurus Shepherd in play. They have played a land. Green Sun Zenith. I don't know what you're tutoring for, but no. Normally I would say that's an Ice Till Explorer, but Confounding Conundrum. You can do it again next turn. It's fine. Oh, hey, Mystic Sanctuary. I was thinking about using you for, you know, other stuff. Okay, sure. I mean, I got Brainstorms on demand, so... Tap my fish, draw my cards. They're really good. Love them a lot. I'll put back you and you. I might not be able to counter things, but I can still do other stuff with 3 steps ahead. Which is kind of the hope here. Do I feel like putting, like, Flood Maw back in hand? Or something to cast? Yeah, sure. Gives me something to do. I can also use this, just to, like, interrupt if they do get something big out off, say, Green Sun Zenith. You have plenty of mana. 1 land at a time. Oh, my kitty cat is coming in. I'm sorry, Scraps. I have the desk in standing mode. Oh, hi, Azusa. An Eternal Witness. Who you getting? A land? Okay. Yep. Guess you can gain some life. The triggers off this should be giving me priority. They're not because it's my own thing. Scraps, you want to come up? Whoop. Here's my cat. She likes to be in the videos. You may play lands from your graveyard. Great. Bounce it. Make myself a wonderful little fish. girl. I ain't gifting fish, I'm getting fish. And then I'm gonna swing in and kill them. It's Iron Man, Master of Machines. Hold up, which one is this? Oh, this is the uncommon one. This is actually my favorite of the Iron Man cards, so I'm happy to see somebody else agrees. This Iron Man, kind of like how I'm getting bigger based on the number of merfolk, is getting bigger based on the number of artifacts. He's got vigilance, means he can freely swing in, and he draws you cards. This is such a simple but very good design that's going to get them probably some pretty good damage and card draw. I feel like this is a, if I were to choose one of the Iron Mans, it would either be like the Cheat and Artifacts one or this one. Because, yeah, it's an uncommon, but sometimes all you need is something simple. Isn't that right, Scraps? Ooh, a Gleaming Gear Drake. That, gets bigger when they sacrifice artifacts. You wouldn't sacrifice an artifact, would you? They might. Play Namor. Daughter of the Deep, also from Namor's, like, Jumpstart stuff. Princess Fen. Alright, so I need to draw an additional card, which I should be able to do with this. I could make him unblockable to guarantee it. Yeah, let's do it. And that will get me another merfolk. Yeah, I'm fishing for wins. And I'm going to make Mnon utterly insignificant because I think that this could also get very large. And I have Pongify to deal with Iron Man. Gosh, Scraps. This little poofy cat. This little poofy cat. I do plan on building one of the Iron Mans. I want to build, like, one Captain America, one Iron Man, one Hulk. I gotta get the big boys in here. And, I don't know, we can also just make, like, a pile of heroes with Nick Fury or something. The cat staring right at the camera. Yeah, because she's, like, actually the star of the stream. Oh, gosh, they have a stick. They have played so many artifacts. Yeah, and this works with artifact lands, too. This is my kitty, a Maine Coon. She's just a mutt. She looks a lot bigger than she actually is because she is right in front of the camera. They're using the synthesizer lab ship, great at talking, to animate the beat stick, to station it again, so they can eventually have a big vigilant flyer. Okay, I would rather not use the mana here on the unblockable, even though it would mean getting more fish, so I'm gonna swing in with Namor. They're gonna chump block. Boop. I'll play Is Land, and then I'm just holding for a confluence. Scraps has main character energy. That's because she is the main character. She's the actual star of the stream. If you watch my channel, twitch.tv/Amazonian, it's where most of the stuff happens. She genuinely just, like, shows up at the start of the stream, like during the starting now, like starting soon, starting now screen, and just sits there in front of the camera mean mugging because she knows that she'll get kibbles because everybody thinks it's so cute. Yeah, it's almost like you're really cute, Scraps. Have some kibbles. They made the monkey fly. But I don't think they have a way to block Namor. I mean, I could also Daughter of the Deep, but it's not that deep, man. Good girl. I guess I could swing in with my slew of fish folk here. I got enough of them. Monkey. They could have equipped the beat stick, I think. No, because they don't have enough there. Alright, I draw a card, they get a card in exile. I'm not gonna bother trying to stifle that. Yay! I got more stuff. Oh, wait, I gotta read what you do. Oh, it's a jellyfish. I could counter it, or I could bind nose tides. Then maybe I could turn you into a monkey. It's the scions of the Spider, or Cosmic Spider-Man, whatever. We now have access to the Spider-Man cards in Arena, so you will occasionally be seeing this. And this deck could be 5-color spiders. Or it could be 5-color good stuff, and, like, this is just the commander for no particular reason. Nope, it's a spider! Look, it's got spiders in it! See that? See that right there? That's a spider. It's also in witness protection. To protect it. It's to protect its identity, okay? There's a lot of people out there trying to take down legitimate spider dolls, just like her. Yeah, that toy is spiders. And here's Namor. I imagine Namor has fought Spider-Man. Like, Namor comes up out of the ocean, New York City, starts causing a ruckus, summoning big whale guys. What is it, Gigantodal whale? And Spider-Man's like, I can't let you do that, Namor! Good kitty. They are trying to free this legitimate business person. Okay. I mean, they'll tap it for mana, I guess. I'll bounce it back into their hand. It's just a matter of, like, do I wait and see what they get, or do I do this now? Spider! It's a skyward spider. Boop. And this is a merfolk. Everybody has fought everyone because it's comic books and it's all very, very silly, yes. I have Mystic Confluence up. This is such a spell for Brawl. Skyward Spider, from the name, this thing should have flying or reach, right? Yeah, it should. It doesn't. I will counter draw, because this has ward. Spider-Woman actually got more cards in the Marvel Jumpstart. Spider's Man! Not to be confused with a different Spider-Man. This is the spiders that ate Peter Parker and then assumed his duties. Because comic books. I will protect, I will attack. Is this an all counter spells deck? It's a mix. It's a mix of different non-creature spells that have blue pips, many of which are counter spells or draw spells or flexible spells. Some of them are equipment. I have a couple enchantments in here too. I don't have lethal this turn, so I don't feel like I need to cryptic command. I will consider, though, and doing this before I deal combat damage means I get more damage. Just a land. I'll take a land. I haven't played one this turn. Yeah. What, you guys don't get eaten by spiders and then have the spiders, like, go do your day job? I feel like the spiders should go do my day job. Scraps, if you ever eat me, will you take over my job? Alright, I got a force spike. And that should be lethal. I will tap and draw. Hey, listen, I respect that you're playing Spider-Mans, Spidersmen, Man-Spiders, Spider-Women. You know what? You want to know what this person is playing? They're playing everything that's got a spider in the type line. And I respect it. It just isn't very good. Elspeth, Storm Slayer. Very often when you run into these, there are things like Heir Apparent decks. And apparently I'll just be facing them down with my fish. Also, let me help this cat get back down since it is a high up jump for a little tiny cat like her. What do you guys think? Am I going to start putting bunnies into witness protection? That's a voice of victory. I'm going to have to put you into witness protection. And I will play this preponderant Pearl. But I'm not attacking in because I want to keep the harmonized trio in play. Yeah, this could also just be like good token stuff. This gets me a land. Would I rather have that? Yeah. And I'm probably gonna have to try to memory lapse her. I'm gonna ponder. Wow, that's 3 lands in a row. Let's shuffle. Yeah, all right. Just drawing a land anyway. So you're gonna play Elspeth or some other big threat. Regal Caracal. Now that is a lot of tokens, and it's a lot of cats, and it's a lot of life gain, and once it resolves, I have a little bit of trouble dealing with it, so I am going to counter it. Now, I do have Leviathan here, summon Leviathan, which means I can actually let them start building up the board, and then bounce it all and hit with my fish. Let's go ahead and name merfolk. I will name merfolk so we can get an uncounterable Namor. It doesn't really matter. Point is, I want fish. You playing Elspeth? You're playing the Caracal. Yeah. Good card. It's a lot of kitties. Now, if I bounce the legitimate business person, then unfortunately, they'll be able to, like, stop my stuff being cast on their turn again. Oh no, so sad. Too bad. Let's grab Mana Leak. And then let's use Harmonized Trio to tap these two so I can get a Brainstorm. I think I need to bounce this turn. No, I kind of want them to play Elspeth first so I can, like, clear the way and then hit her. Magic Damper, 3 steps ahead, Flooded Strand. Drop a Rewind and Damper back into the deck. Every day I'm shuffling. Every day I'm confounding and conundruming. Why does Namor have flying? Because that's one of his powers. Look at his little wings on his feet. Why wouldn't he have flying? He's underwater. Okay, yeah, in this art, but he does have flying as, like, one of his superpowers. Yeah, I'll just Mana Leak. More fish. Hold up. Boop, boop. Brainstorm. Yeah, I get a lot of tokens for doing a whole lot of nothing. Spider-Man 2099, O'Harris, and Miguel O'Hara. So many different names, all for one very, very good card. Deals damage in the end step, has double strike, vigilance, only costs 2 mana. Truly a card to be contended with. And since they have access to good burn spells and good counter spells, it's going to be hard to get Namor to stick around. I like their lightning bolt sleeves. Very telling that they probably have lightning bolt in their deck. I mean, it would be weird if they didn't have lightning bolt. Oh, there was just a very nice breeze coming in from outside. Alright. Yeah, I'm still keeping this hand. If you're wondering, like, well, why are you keeping it if you don't have anything you can do? It's because of the utter insignificance. I feel like that's one of the few ways I have to slow down Spider-Man. Oh, they're peeking. They're taking a peek-see-poo. They're taking a lookie. Also, I don't know, there's other good cards that I might want to take away the abilities of. Like I don't know. Hieroglyphs and whatnot. 2 mana. All blue. I'll play this Mystic Sanctuary. Because I don't want to play Namor without being able to protect him. Bam! Jawari Disruption. No Malcolms, unless someone has a free counter spell. Is that worth Force of Willing? Maybe, I don't know. Depends on what else you have. You know what I have. Apparently I have a Time Warp. I have a Time Warp? Yeah, I mean, of course I have a Time Warp. I knew that. I feel like they'll use free counterspell on Namor. Multiversal Passage gives them access to red. And I'm going to try to get Namor in play, protecting him with the magic damper that they know about. Let me guess, he doesn't resolve. They have to choose which one they want. Maybe it's subtlety. Oh. Okay. They're actually hitting me with Vendilion Click. So they're going to rearrange my hand, taking a card out of it, putting on the bottom of my library. Maybe. And having me draw a different one. Okay. So they dropped the thing that I said was probably pretty good against their commander. It's because they know it too. But I ended up drawing... I'm gonna call it same thing, different flavor, and a little slower. Namor on top. Actually, yeah, keep him in the library. Not entirely safe, but safe enough. And I'll play Tome of Gadwick. This also gives a little bit of protection. Ward 1. Human! He cannot be countered. Is he being cast, though? Gets even more damage on my face. And if you end up with, like, the +3/+0 haste spells, there's 2 of them. It's just so good. Yeah, you can change any of your Spider-Man cards to be the Through the Omen paths. Oh, Enduring Curiosity. Good card draw. Might actually want to use the Witness Protection on you. I will put this back in my hand. Nykthos. Namor. And I'm gonna go with, yeah, Ward 1's enough. I'm not gonna block the click if they swing with it. Because then they'd be able to finish off my commander with their Spider-Man. Do you like your legitimate business, cat? I like your legitimate business, cat. Yeah, he's gonna go do a business. Not that kind of business. Cheese Weasel, thank you for the 73-month resub. Sure. Trade you. A very minor trade. But I feel like I'm not risking Namor at all by doing this. Having 4 toughness means it's like Flame Slash, Fury, Pyrokinesis. Those kind of spells kill him, but a Lightning Bolt? No. Yay, not dying to Lightning Bolt. We love not dying to Lightning Bolt. I would still be dead to Lightning Bolt plus their commander, though. But they wouldn't be able to pay the 1 twice for the ward. Ward, you've done it again. They have a 5th land. Oh, they're thinking it through. I'm immune to bad removal. I'm immune to some removal. Spider-Man 2099. He is coming down. And they're just firing it off at my face. Cool. You know about all the stuff in my hand. Can I have an extra turn? Mother, may I? It resolved, which means I get a swing here. I'm really hoping I get an instant speed card. Awesome. Obsessive Search means I get another fish and I get more damage. It is a land. Sure, that's fine. I can play it or hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to it, especially because I have Agnakella. I have the Northern Water Tribe. You think I'm gonna draw land and then play a land? Yeah, probably. Oh, no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dig it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're gonna concede. Seeing as we've got some good evasive damage and a whole lot of fish. Kutzil, Malamute Explorer. Hey, I know this player. They're usually playing something like Sagan. Kutzil is very good against my entire deck because if she is in play, I can't cast spells on their turn. It's also able to draw cards and probably is being played with some good +1/+1 counter things. I have a really great start though. Hydroponics Architect into a fetch land means I get some extra card draw, and all of these cards do something outside of playing them on my opponent's turn as a counter spell. This is flexible, this is flexible, this is flexible, and this is Hydroponics Architect, the blue Ragavan. They got Ramp on turn 1. Not surprised. Probably playing Kutzil on turn 2 is one of the best things they can do. And making her unable to scream is one of the best things I can do. For me. It's an insult to Architect to call it Blue Ragavan. Yeah, it's better. It's a ridiculous card. Kutzil! Be insmolinated. Ooh, Roboroid! That's a good card right there. I could play Namor, I could hold up Archmage's Charm. I think I should hold up Archmage's Charm. But, like, Namor should give me some good chump blockers, though I'm sure they're running things like Kodama that will give these all trample. I got 2 green, 2 white. Make that 3 green. You want to use that air temple? You cast in a spell. Arwen! No, I am going to stop that. Okay, counter target spell. Arwen can make things indestructible, give them lifelink, and just make it very hard to break through. Oh, Botanical Brawler. That one's got trample. Debated. Alright, let's see. I don't have a 1-mana spell here. It's cute that I could, like, technically search for something from the Architect. Namor, honey, hold the line! I'm just about dead. Especially because Botanical Brawler will actually grow from each of these. Oh, cool! Wait, do I get a land? Yes! That's another blocker! Oh, wait, no, because I can't cast things on their turn because they freed her. Dang, yeah, there's no response window. Whee! Buff him up! Kill me! Or don't. That's cool. Nope, there we go. Had to wait through the triggers. GG, Kutzel. Roxanne Starfall Savant. Going to be throwing rocks, and those rocks can easily take out my merfolk. They'll be doing a lot of ramping at the start of the game, and these cards aren't really going to do that much to stop it. In fact, I might just be playing Prosthetic Memory to draw a card and chilling out while we watch them play a couple of mana dorks. There's a Lanor Elf. I could bounce it back into their hand to slow them down. But I feel like I'd rather save this for the overloaded Cyclonic Rift in a couple of turns. And by a couple, I mean, who knows? I might not ever get to 7 mana. Ooh, Svelun! Survives having rocks thrown at her by Roxanne. Also gives me some good merfolk protection and card draw. Getting on basics. Let me turn them into blue stuff. Yes, a non-basic. Perfect. It happens to just be all of my 3-drop merfolk. I believe these are all my 3-drop merfolk. I took Kopala out of the deck. Oh, Archdruid's Charm. Sure, okay. I'll play Svelun. Of Sea and Sky. A very good fish. Lightning Greaves, gonna make it harder to stop Roxanne, and then she'd be throwing 2 rocks. They're like, I must protect. You do, you must protect. I'll start by swinging in with Svelun, because that draws me a card. If I play Harbinger of the Seas right now, they won't have red mana. Then again, they could also just get a mountain, so it's probably smarter to go Namor to really capitalize more on this wash away. They must protect it. I mean, it's a free equip. You might as well, right? Verdant Catacombs. Just getting themselves another basic forest. And here comes Roxanne. For 1 simple mana. We say, be gone, Roxanne! And hello, fishy! Svelun is now indestructible! We have a nice big Namor. We're drawing cards. We're winning the game. Y'shtola, Knight's Blessed. In this hand, I'm not going to be stopping any of their setup, which is kind of rough because it means the only thing I'll be doing is playing Namor and maybe getting to Pongify something. I still feel I can keep this because, you know, it's got stuff I can use to protect. It has a manland, a really good one. And I imagine that a lot of their deck is also going to be reactive. Hey, Lotho. I think Lotho might be an ape. They got themselves a blue source. Y'shtola is going to draw cards based on a player losing life in a turn. She also drains your life when you're casting big non-creature spells, kind of like how I'm making fish folk. Love to play Namor here, but I can't protect him. I want to be able to at least get 1 trigger out of it. So, like, Namor and Combat Research to get the ward. Orzhov Signet? Mo mana? Yeah, ideally, I'd rather have a better form of protection, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. I have Leviathan now to also, like, mass bounce everything. So saying, ugh, Y'shtola. Yeah, ugh. Y'shtola. A lot of people are going to say, ugh, Namor. Namor, however, is going to die to a spell here. At least I got fish. Behold, 1 fish. Pretty good. Look at it. It's a good fish token. Okay, yes, just because Y'shtola is like a beloved cat mommy character doesn't mean that I want to see her across the table. She's scary. I have this Mystic Confluence, and even though, like, I have Leviathan, Gotta make sure we're well set up. Make a little bounce house. Yes, Leviathan does not bounce merfolk. Typically, these whelming wave effects bounce everything except for Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, and Serpent. This one's unusual because it has merfolk. That's why it's in this deck. Oh, they made a second Ishtola. I could have blocked to prevent them from drawing too. What fish? Yeesh, Tola. Yeesh. Yes, Whelming Wave is Krakens, Leviathans, Octopi, Serpents. This one is also Merfolk. I don't know why. Like, I don't know enough about Final Fantasy XV's Leviathan. Oh, board wipe. Mm-hmm. I see, I see. Trying to decide if I want to hold up the tail's end. Yeah, I do. There's going to be Unable to Scream, Jace, tail's end, and I'll just brainstorm here. Oh wait, I can shuffle in the other island. There are 0 merfolk in Final Fantasy 15. It's just for gameplay reasons. I'd believe it. Delany gonna double up the effects of little critters. Final Fantasy 15's a big old road trip. It has its positives. It also has its weird stuff. Bounce Downy. And I can now dig it. If I had manually tapped the Field of Ruin, I could also stifle. But I didn't. So I'll let them fetch. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 is like, you are the prince, and you and the boys are gonna take a big old road trip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I could technically play around Ty, then exile one more thing. I don't really think I need to. Master of Pearl Trident's pretty nice, and I think Narset would be good against their commander. Did I have an island? I only have a couple fish, so I'm gonna go wash away. Just cheap ways to interact with Ishtola. Also, look, now Namor's a land! I'm not worried about that. He's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Alright, I'll grab one of those using Yarmsit. What are we talking about? Fishing minigames? Yeah, if I wanted to have the experience of having the Great American Road Trip, I would just go start driving, because I live in America. There's Ishtola. Come at me, Delany. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Except for how Delany is going to trade into, you know what, I'll double block. Going to trade into some of these. Minus again.
Keep an open mind.
Ooh, conundrums, manipulations. Let's go manipulation. Time warp. Hey, listen, I would be getting fish to, like, hit you with, except for the whole... You turned my fish into a nothing. Swinging in with a fish. They block with mother. Gonna kick consult the star charts. Look for something better than those. And Namor got darted. Oh, backup Namor. Perfect. Cryptic. Nah, treasure. Make sure I'm tapping these. Start a cruising. Somebody's asking if queue times are longer right now. Yes, definitely in Brawl. Part of that's because we have the newly introduced ranked competitive queue that people are trying out. There's also a midweek magic event that's Brawl. So there are currently, like, the Brawl queue split 3 ways. I still think that, like, unless you're somebody who was already looking to play competitive Brawl, like, you shouldn't feel the need to try out the queue. Like, yeah, there's some basic rewards you'll get if you want those, but they're not that good. It is the ranked rewards. Oh, well, River's Rebuke. Counterspell. More fish. Well, these are drakes, but they're pretty much fish. And look, I got other Namor. Look at me and all my Namors. Yeah, I think I animate Hall of Storm Giants and swing in for lethal. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. On cast, and whenever you cast other colorless things, will be exiling your colored permanents. And unfortunately, if you counter him, that ability still goes through. I have a Mystic Tutor on turn 1 to find a thing. What would I even want? Utter Insignificance, only really good against creatures. Combat research, yeah, this is unfortunately a kind of slow hand, so I'd rather just go for a mulligan. Yeah, he's not fun to play against. Ugin. A spawning bed. Can make them scions. Fine, we're gonna go, fish mode. And by fish, I mean the guys who eat the fish. Auras. I can try to take them down in a more aggro style. I got Master of Pearl Trident here. Give a big buff. I'll be able to hold up these next turn. You sure are taking a long time trying to figure out what you want to do. Yeah, look, it's a fish. Listen, it's aquatic. That makes it a fish. Yes, it's a mammal. So is Namor, I think. Yeah, he's a mammal. He's got nipples right there. Ugin, sweetie, it doesn't matter what color you name. You're a colorless deck. Okay. Great, took you a minute. I'll swing in for 1. Back to you. Do you have a ramp spell? Maybe a ramp spell? Listen, this is gonna look like, it'd be crazy if you, like, I don't know, ramped. Okay, Market Back Walker, I don't really care about. It's not ramp. Doesn't help them get closer to Ugin. Bringing out Namor, the Submariner! And passing the turn. This brings them to 5 mana. Cloud Key, they can choose Artifact, or they can choose Planeswalkers, specifically discounting their commander. What's up, Library of Alex? I would like to hold up 3 mana here. I don't need all 4. Then again, I could roll Greed. Nah, pop that down. Swinging with Namor. Cloud Key can't choose Planeswalker? Oh my god, it can't! You can only choose Artifact, Creature, Enchantment, Instant, or Sorcery. I guess I've never checked that before. Namor's been around for a long time in his comics. Yeah, he apparently predates Aquaman by like 2 years. Oh, it's Little Ugin! I am going to Strict Serenade Lil Oogs. Congratulations on the bird. I'll play Master of Pearl Trident, give my fish a bit of a buff, and swing in. Yes, he is the original mutant, and look, he even has the type. Yeah, if I want to make everything unblockable, I can play the Harbinger, but I need these. Oh, Sire of 7 Deaths. Back on top. Return to me! Counter spells! I think Strict Serenade is going to be better, especially because I have the Stifle. So no matter which of these they go for, Sire or this, I'm able to counter both sides. Would you like another fish? Not a fish, a bird. Would you like a bird? They would apparently like a bird. Mazel tov. Enjoy. Binging those harbs. You now have a whole bunch of basic islands. So do I. Do you have like a free artifact you want to cast? Yeah, I'm upgrading my library. More importantly, I'm killing them. Hey, I don't know what you have, Ugin, but it's weird you're not doing anything. Is this Assault Rope? Hi, it's your go. I mean, they also held priority on like turn 2, trying to decide what color to name on Cold Steel Heart. All right, Henry. Come on, let's be adults here. You're 55 years old. You got a job. You got things to do and places to be. So just press escape and concede instead of doing this. You think he was born in 55? You're like 70-something years old. Wait, oh God, are you 81 if you were born then? I ain't doing that math. No, because it would be 45 plus 26. So you're like 71, right? Yeah, okay, awesome. And now, you will perish, Henry! Lila, undefeated slick shot. Got a lot of upgrades with the Prismari cards from Secrets of Strixhaven. I found her super fun to get to play. You set up multicolored spells so you can cast them again at sorcery speed the next turn. Which also means that you're not going to be wanting to cast too many things that need to be cast at instant speed, just pure value. And some of the new Prismari cards, including some of the alchemy ones, are kind of wild. I do have a way to remove her abilities, but the rest of the Prismari stuff is also going to be a bit of a problem. Thankfully, we got otters, and we got fish, and we got fish buffins. Lord of Atlantis. Not just boltable, shockable. Slick shots show off. If they want to storm, they'll be doing quite a bit of damage. Show off swings in. Lord of Atlantis. I don't really have anything better to do this turn. I'm not going to use my Unable to Scream on this. That doesn't feel like a good use, especially because Namor should be able to block this unless they're casting a lot of spells in a turn. 2. Okay, it's not that many, but... give me a minute. Oh, what a shock! They're killing the Lord of Atlantis, which is also Namor. Lord of Atlantis, no! Ah, the old Rizzle-Dizzler. I'm sorry, Razzle-Dazzler. I'm hitting a lot of lands here, but... Namor, I'm gonna need you to hold the line. Block for me, what with your 4 entire toughness. Yeah, this is casting second spells. This is casting any non-creature, and this is casting specifically multicolored instants and sorceries. Resonating Loot is going to let them tap these for double mana, but only for instants and sorceries. Still pretty good for casting big spells. I'm gonna try to use this otter to kill the Razzle-Dazzler. The Rizzle-Dizzler. Rumpin' Nurse it. Let's see what I can find. I might end up using the Unable to Scream here.
The focused and disciplined. Hone your prowess.
Okay, Flare of Denial, Prophetic Memory, Mystic Confluence. I like Mystic Confluence. And I'm a little worried about whatever they can do this next turn. So, like, yes, I could block with Namor. I'm just gonna start playing more aggressive. I can be aggressive. Be aggressive. Gutter Snipe, casting instants and sorceries, burns my face. Thundering Rebuke, R.I.P. Namor. That's fine, he'll come back. In the next episode of Big Spells, Hitting People. Show me spells. Ooh. They know about the confluence. Good. I would like to counter. I would like to bounce. I would like to draw. You clearly don't have the spells in your hand that you need. Big card draw or anything else. Monkey-Fi! Oh, I guess they can't use big card draw unless it's like a, I'm not drawing cards, I'm putting things into hand card draw, which, yeah, this tends to be pretty good. Do I think I'm ponging anything? No, I'm just gonna play Architect. A little bit more flying stuff. Chat is talking about the Whistler. I built a Whistler deck. Sorry, Whizzer deck. Yeah, it exists. I built it. It was just my Ragavan deck, but I swapped in the Whizzer. I don't want to pong it. I could Pong. I could Pong Geefy. Or I could just go bounce. Give me old Whizzle Dizzle. Also got Force of Will now. Alright, it looks like they just don't have anything. Great! I wonder if they do have card draw spells in her hand and Narset's just bricking them. Because that is totally possible. I would like the Voldalian Hexcatcher. I will turn Lila into Monkey. Congratulations, you are a 3/3 green ape. Like the best of us. I'll bounce you back into hand. Animate this. Play the Hexcatcher. That is very much lethal damage. Danitha, new Benalia's Light. One of 2 different Selesnya Danithas. This one gets you auras or equipments recast from the graveyard. Okay, she's going to do a good job holding on to those too. Well, I'm going to try to set up some card advantage with Hydroponics Architect. I might not have a way to, like, trigger it here, but maybe eventually. I'll swing in, get my trigger, and I guess I could Pongify Pilgrim just to slow them down, but I don't really think that's something I care that much about. I think I'd rather, like, peek and see what I get. Yeah, like, there's nothing in their graveyard for them to bring back. So let's see what you got! Writhing Code, Restoration Magic, Fumigate, Shambling Suit, Acclaimed Contender, and All That Glitters. So this is probably, like, these big scaling auras are what they're looking to do. Fumigate's a big board wipe. But I can take a couple hits from Danitha. Getting themselves a little bit of white mana off Thriving Grove. And Acclaimed Contender coming out. That will give them potentially a Knight or a Equipment or Legend. It was Nettle Cyst! Wow, so they have 3 of these scaling ones. Sure, gain you life. Because I know they have Restoration Magic, also a board wipe, I will have to, I don't know, pick and choose how I want to act here. Do I want to stop them from using Danitha, or do I want to stop my stuff from getting wiped? We'll figure it out. Give me a little bit. Yeah, I could have gone for card draw since I did get this. Gonna save it for next turn. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten more devotion cards. Ossification. I'll counter that. And just draw a card. Give me the fish! So many fish. Cryptic Command's so good here. Alright, is it time to glitter? Because all that glitter will make some big hitters. Oh, you can recast it from the grave. I'm sorry, that was my bad. I actually forgot that that's an aura. I was just thinking of it as just an enchantment. Yeah, okay. I should have just let that resolve and, I don't know, do some other silly stuff here. No, come on in, Danitha. Water's fine. Swing in first with the Hydroponics Architect. Okay, my cavern library has it. Sure. Library of Alexandria that taps for blue and draws a card on enter. Finally, guys, we made a balanced... No, it's not at all balanced version of Library of Alexandria. Voldalian Hexcatcher helps save me from, nose. I have to do while they're not able to cast Resto Magic. He forgot they put in Library of Alexandria. One of many mistakes they just kind of threw in here. Textless promos, a mistake. Oh, in regards to Cryptic Command, yes, I think that textless Cryptic Command, somebody described it as you could just start making up what's on there and I would have to believe you. And the answer is like, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Not gonna bother countering it. Oh, Hex! I'll double block the monkey. Swinging in with you. Oh, the problem for me is not giving some players access to Library of Alexandria. My problem with them putting it in is that they just kind of added it to Brawl without really considering, putting a card that's just this generically good and can kind of go into decks. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe. That could be good if we didn't do that. They put in Library of Alexandria in part because they already had coded it for the cube, and they didn't want to do what is it, Library of Lang. Okay, so I could sacrifice 3 merfolk in order to stop this. I'm just gonna take the hits. I ain't no quitter against big hitters. Yeah, maybe the card is restricted in Vintage for a good reason. Nah. Alright, merfolk. And what a good top deck. This is actually what I was hoping to search for. They can gain a little bit of life at instant speed. But I'm not sure it'll be enough against a slew of extra turns. I think this is actually the only, like, extra turn kill I've gotten with this deck. Just chaining together turns. When in blue, do as blue does. Oh, wait. I will start with the Narset to get more off Nykthos. Yeah, it'll blow your mind.
I train every day. No one is more.
Going for blue. Some of you. And win through a mighty swing. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Namor did very, very well for me, and I mostly played him actually in the midweek Magic queue, so I would have cool matchups against people who were trying new commanders. When I was playing in the other queue, it was kind of the same old, same old. Some of those matches are still in this video, but, well, people play the cards that they know win, and they play the same strategies, and they don't seem to experiment. And the way that the matchmaking is working right now, I just keep matching into the same players. Genuinely, I saw just the same names that I've always been seeing, and it's just, I want to play against fresh faces and fresh decks. And Namor is very annoying. It's a mono blue tempo commander. Blue is strong in Brawl, and we still need to do things like ban Force of Will. Please ban Force of Will. Yeah, the fish in this deck are great. I really like the merfolk synergy that's in here too. There's just a splash of it, but that's all you need in order to dive deep when you're playing Namor. I think that this deck, though, the card that performed the worst in it is Force of Negation, Flare of Denial. And this is something I knew would probably happen. I cut most of the merfolk from this deck, which means I don't have that many things to sacrifice, so Flare does worse. But that's okay, cut it and add any of the other like 2 or 1 mana counter spells. In fact, you can even add more of the 1 mana good draw spells because they're really sweet with Namor. It just turns into like make a fish when you make a fish. This is great. I think that this deck, though, if you're looking for something that's a little less oppressive than, say, your Wanchi Tongs or your Kataras, but is still very much doing that fish thing, but it's also like a typal deck, but it's not as typal as Feilun, check out Namor. I think that it's a pretty good commander. And if you'd like to suggest one of the, what is it, like 400 new legendary creatures from the Marvel sets for me to brew, please let me know. I straight up have decision paralysis because I even went to like look up, oh, which Namors are there? And there's like 5 different Namors, including the Lord of Atlantis over here. And I'm like, oh, do I want to make the blue-white one or the mono-blue one? I settled on mono-blue because I think the ability is cool, but the blue-white one is actually really similar, except, well, first of all, you have access to white. It triggers on any non-creature, and also it gives you like this huge Alpha Strike like buff effect. It's very strange. These cards are good, though, so if there's one you want to see, please let me know. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description, and I hope that you're enjoying playing with all bajillion new legends from Marvel superheroes. There's a lot. I will not be able to brew them all, so please, you need to tell me what you want to see. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.